Good evening, everyone. We'll get started here in just a minute. If you could say hello in the question box or the chat box, so I know that you're here and you can hear us. That would be great. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Fantastic. Lots of you here tonight. All right. So let's get started. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Jessica Deverson. I'm the Vice President of Travel Marketing at IntelliTravel, and I want to welcome all of our IntelliTravel agents to this interactive webinar. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to join us. We're always appreciative that you stop what you're doing and you come attend these webinars. As always, we're here just to help you grow your travel business. Tonight, we're going to hear from one of our top supplier partners, James Villa Holidays, the UK's leading villa holiday specialist with over 35 years of experience, offering over 3,000 villas in 60 destinations across the Mediterranean, Caribbean, and America, and with flights from 25 UK airports. Finding your perfect villa holiday has never been easier. So in just a few minutes, you'll hear more about the hand-picked, unique, standout villas available in every location to suit every holiday, the exceptional service you can expect from James Villa Holidays, the wide range of options available from budget to prestige, whatever your clients need, and their recognition as Best Villa Holiday Booking Company, an accolade they've achieved for the last 6 years. Plus, you can rest assured your holiday and money is protected with their ATOL and ABTA bonding. As with many of our new partners, we're conducting the webinar tonight and launching the supplier tomorrow. So be sure to check your inboxes tomorrow for the go-ahead to begin booking James Villa Holidays. In that email, you'll find instructions on how to register and make those bookings. And please keep in mind that we are merchant of record. So this means you'll be able to create the bookings via the James Villa portal, but all payments should be made through your back office. Before we get started with our webinar, just a quick reminder to join us here every Tuesday and most Thursdays for our preferred partner webinars, where you'll get in-depth training from IntelliTravel's preferred partners in travel. And as always, be sure to keep an eye on your inboxes for notices about additional upcoming webinars featuring more top partners. So sharpen your pencils, take good notes, but if you missed something and you want to see this webinar again, it's available for free whenever and wherever you want. Remember, all of these webinars are archived and available for replay in the IntelliTutorial section of our back office site. At the end of tonight's event, there will be a live question and answer session with our special guest. However, with so many attendees this evening, we're not going to open the phone lines because that'll just interrupt the webinar. So everyone will be on mute except for the presenter. But I encourage you to submit your questions using the question box at any time during the presentation. The question box is found in the control panel on the right of your screen. And for those of you on mobile devices and tablets, look for the question mark icon. At the end of this webinar, we'll read and answer as many questions as we can get to, and be sure to only ask questions that relate to the webinar topic. All other questions, specifically booking-related questions, should be directed to customer service or our partner representative. And don't forget, there will be a drawing for a prize at the end of the Q&A session, but you must be present to win. And finally, watch the chat box in your control panel for important updates and information and reminders from IntelliTravel. So with that said, I'm very excited to introduce Kelly Walker, Manager of Trade and Partnerships for James Villa Holidays. Kelly, take it away.
Oh, thank you, and hi everybody. Thanks so much for logging on this evening. I was just saying to Jessica before you all came on, I'm absolutely amazed at how many people have come on, bearing in mind that Love Island is on at this current time, and we all know how amazing that is right now. So thank you very much for giving up Love Island, for those that have, and coming on to the James Villa webinar. So where can I start with James Villas? For a very well-known brand name in the UK, we actually started off very, very small. It really was a real lovely story. One man called James, surprisingly there, or Jim as we know him, and one villa in Lanzarote. And he started the business from scratch with his son, and very slowly it grew into a really lovely family business that we probably now all know. Fast forward 35 years, we are now the leading villa specialist within the UK. We have over 3,000 villas across 60 destinations, as Jessica mentioned. But we do still have that very much homegrown family core element of our business. There are lots and lots of people in our business that have been around from a very early times with James. In fact, we've actually got the #1 employee still working in James Villa. She's our product director, so she is responsible for actually going out and sourcing the villas. Unfortunately, James has retired from the business now, but the ethos and the values that him and his family created are still very much within the company, even though, we are much bigger than we were when he started it 35 years ago. What it means for travel agents is that we handpick everything, and this is something that hasn't changed from when James started the business. So there will not be a villa on sale on our website that somebody in our office has not already seen, health and safety checked, and made sure it's been given the James stamp of approval. So if you have customers that want to know if there's a cheese grater in the villa, or how long the beds are, or what's the gap between the pool and the barbecue, and all various random things that we get come into our call centre day in, day out, we will have people in our office that will know the answers to those questions. So that's a really great thing about James Villas, is that we are small enough to still make those important things happen. As many of you may well know, we have been direct sale for the majority of our 35-year history, so we didn't work with anybody other than our own direct customers. And we only actually launched to travel agents in 2012. We were getting continual feedback that they didn't have a real decent villa operator that offered price parity, that offered a breadth of product. They didn't want to use just a bed bank and just cross their fingers and hope for the best that their customer ended up in a decent villa. They wanted something ATOL protected, and also what they also told us they wanted is someone that does the package or villa only, which we are quite happy to do. Whichever element of the villa holiday that you require to book through us, we're more than happy to help with. And agents, more importantly, wanted a name that they could trust. And that's where we launched to the trade, and it was an immediate success. So I'm absolutely delighted that you guys are now on board, and hopefully we can do great things with you for your travel businesses too. Oh, I can't move my presentation on. Hold on 1 second. That's not good, is it? That's not good. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so what is a villa holiday? We come up against quite a lot of misconceptions about what a villa holiday actually is. We find that a lot of travel agents, or certainly their customers, have never been on a holiday other than a normal, typical, standard hotel holiday. And there's many misconceptions that I want to just try and quickly cover off with you. So sometimes we hear that, I don't want to go on a villa holiday because you need a car. All of your villas are really remote. I can't eat out. I'm going to need to cook every night. It's going to be like being at home. All of those misconceptions are completely wrong. Many, many of our villas are now either on the beach or really close to the resort, so a car isn't actually necessary. Of course, there'll be customers that want something remote and they want to be in the middle of the countryside, and we have lots of villas that will offer that as well. But actually, for people that do want to be able to get a transfer from the airport and be in their villa and walk into the resort every night, or, cook on the barbecue, or whatever they want to do, we offer absolutely everything. So we do try and really get that across to both customers and travel agents, just to say, don't always think you're going to be stuck on the top of a mountain with just a donkey for company. Actually, villas can offer just as much accessible facilities as resorts than any other type of holiday can. Oh, sorry, this presentation does not like changing. Jessica, am I doing something wrong here?
I don't know. I don't have control of the PowerPoint.
Oh, okay. Maybe it just takes 4 hits of the button. Okay, so what is a villa holiday? these are the things that we really talk to our customers about, the benefits of a villa holiday. So all of our villas come with their own private swimming pool. What's really great is al fresco dining. It's what we all like to do when we're abroad, but with a villa, you can just take it that one step further. There's no queuing for the buffet in a hotel. There's no set dining times. If customers want to go in the pool at 4 o'clock in the morning and have a midnight feast, they absolutely can, because the villa is completely theirs for that 1 week or 2 weeks. It's a complete home from home. They have their own space, their own choice of sunbed. There's no running down with your towel in the morning to put to get the best spot around the pool. That swimming pool is completely yours. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about our villa collections, because with over 3,100 villas, we decided to categorise them a little bit just to make it a little bit easier for people to understand what they're booking. So our main villa classic collection is the majority of our programme. Every single one of them will have their own swimming pool, their own sunbeds for the maximum occupancy of the villa. It will always have a barbecue for that real outdoor dining experience, and it will have either air conditioning or fans within the villa. Albeit that this is our classic collection, this isn't our basic collection. This is still a really good standard of villa. This is just our entry level, I suppose you would probably call it. We then move on to our signature collection, which is the next one up. And these villas will have a wow factor about them. So it might be that amazing view, it might be that amazing infinity pool, or it might be a tip-top location. It might be right on this beautiful beach. But it would definitely have at least one wow factor. On top of that, all of our signature villas will always have the all-important free Wi-Fi. We include pool towels, coffee machines, dishwashers. They are just that little bit more enhanced than what our classic collection are. And then we move on to our luxury collection. So in our luxury houses, every single comfort is taken care of. Plump towels on luxurious sun loungers, crisp linen, king-size beds, super, super stylish decor and surroundings, high-tech kitchens, you name it, we've got it. The thing to note with these luxury villas is though some of them are jaw-dropping and some of them are super, super expensive, but some of them actually don't have that big price tag. For example, the one that's on the slide now, that's actually in Kefalonia. That's probably about £3,500 a week in high season, and that can sleep 8 people. So although it's very, very luxurious, it's in an area that doesn't have the high price tag. If that villa was, say, in Marbella, you'd probably be looking at £20,000 a week. So don't not look at the luxury villas if you think, oh my goodness, they're going to be super expensive. It just might be that we've been lucky enough to source a villa that the owner has, really gone to town with it, but it's still in a great location that keeps the price really attractive. With our luxury villas, we do have the opportunity to book things like chefs to come in the villa, nannies, personal trainers, that type of thing. But we can also look at those type of things from our classic and our signature. We have an excellent team on the ground in the majority of our resorts. So, if people want to have, something a little bit different, then let us have a look and see if we can put that together for them. And then baby and toddler villas. This is actually quite new for us. We started this at the start of this year. We're absolutely chuffed to bits with this because we feel like it's a long time coming. But we've got about 100, I think it is, villas now, whereby if you book and it's a baby and toddler, you will be guaranteed a free baby pack. And it includes things like the all-important pool fence will be there, potties, toilet seats, a few toys, baby bath, DVDs, books, that type of thing. So customers with really small children, we know that sometimes it can be a little bit of a concern around the swimming pool. So they've got that peace of mind. And all of this is absolutely completely free. On our website, you can search by baby and toddler friendly villas. But equally, if you have customers with older children and they would like the peace of mind of a pool fence, and their children are older, we wouldn't stop that. That would still be free. They just need to book one of the baby and toddler friendly villas. Okay, so then we move on to our holiday resorts. Now, some of you may be aware of these already and already be booking these through other tour operators. So this is a hotel complex but we have the villas, apartments and townhouses on that complex. So to give you an idea of the kind of places that may ring a bell with you, La Manga Club, Pine Cliffs, Aphrodite Hills, you're probably already booking your clients into the hotel element of those resorts potentially. Well, James Villas, we look after the villa, the self-catering aspect. These are really, really good for two options. It could be that you've got somebody that hasn't booked a villa before and they just want to dip their toe in and see what the experience is like, but they still want the benefit of having a kids club or a spa or a play area. Well, that ticks the box for that. Or it could be that you've got customers with, say, grown-up children that have done the whole villa thing for a few years, but actually their children now need a little bit more entertainment and want to play with other children. Well, again, it does tick the box here. You tend to find on the holiday resorts, there's golf, there's children's clubs, there's tennis, there's activities, all of the things you would expect to see in a really lovely hotel, but you still get the benefit of your own private pool and your own villa, whilst you can also use the communal facilities. Okay, and then we talk long haul. So we've also got a program in Florida. The big thing for us is our named properties. So for those of you that sell Florida or know about Florida, this is quite a big thing in the market at the moment. We're trying to steer away from the unnamed houses, so the typical, 3-bedroom villa, 30 minutes from Disney type thing. We actually do name where our houses are going to be and on what communities, so Highland Reserves and all those other ones. We use all airlines to go out to Florida. We can also sell accommodation only. We have a really decent sized program down on the Gulf Coast that you can twin centre with. And also we do have villas in the Caribbean, again, which is a really nice other twin centre option. Okay, yeah, everything I've just said there, but there's some really nice images of the villas. You'll see on the bottom right-hand side, that's one of our luxury villas there in Florida that's actually got a bowling alley in it, an arcade in it, and a slide in the children's bedroom. It's absolutely fantastic. We can also book attraction tickets, all the car hire, and absolutely everything. So that's our Florida program. Okay, so moving on to our car hire options. So as I said at the beginning, if you want to book villa only with us, that's absolutely fine. If you want to book the whole package and have it protected by us, that's equally fine. We don't mind either way. But the way that we categorise our villas is generally due to the collections I've already mentioned, but also the location, because we find that this is the biggest thing that customers search for. On our own direct website, our car filter is the biggest one that is used. And I would always recommend that you try and find out from your customer what type of holiday they're looking for so that you can get rid of the villas that are going to be too remote or too central and just focus on the ones that are going to really look, do what they want it to do. So very simple. We categorise them as car essential, car advised and car optional. So car essential is where they tend to be a little bit more remote. You will need a car to get to the main resort and you probably can't walk anywhere. Sometimes some of the villas can be close to a few bits and pieces, but it's down a very unlit and a bumpy track, so we always suggest that customers have a car. We then have car advised, and this will be where you can walk to maybe a bar or a little mini market or, but you would need to jump in a taxi or bus or a car to get to the main resort centre. And then we have our car optional villas, which is as what it says on the tin. You can literally walk into town or walk into the resort, walk to the beach, whatever it may be, and there is no need for a car. If that's the option that the customers would like, we can provide door-to-door private transfers. Equally, if they're in a car essential villa and they would like that option, we can arrange for their car to be delivered to the villa the next day, and they can have the transfer to get them to the villa and then pick up the car the next morning. But when you go onto our website and you put in the customers, they want to go to Mallorca on the 5th of July for a week, you'll see our filter boxes will come up, and I do strongly urge you to use that filter first, probably before you do anything else, because it will strip out so many villas and you can just focus on the ones that will suit the customer. Okay, so I've just popped a slide in about Greece. It's one of our core destinations in Europe, but we've also just launched some new destinations in Greece quite recently. Santorini, Mykonos, Skopelos and Paxos, to name a few. These destinations are extremely, extremely popular and people absolutely love the villa concept, particularly twin centering. So I just thought it would be worth mentioning that we have got villas in those destinations. And then this probably isn't going to be massively helpful until you get onto our website yourself, but I just wanted to extract a few screenshots of the website and of the filters. You can do any destination search for particular dates, which again is really, really well used. And you'll see, if your eyes are good, you can see there that I've put the location by car hire filter and the kind of setting that the customer is after. In terms of our villa collections, you can search just by luxury or just by signature, but also you can search for things like villas with jacuzzis or villas with amazing views, villas for large groups. There's lots of different options to make the search process easier for you. The biggest villa that we have sleeps 20, but we have lots and lots of villas that are next door to each other or even close to each other. So if you have multi-generational families, which is a big thing for villas, the grandparents want to take everybody on holiday, but perhaps they want their own space away from the noise, they can have the villa next door and the rest of the family can have their own private space and their own private pool. That's a really easy search facility on our website. And we also always show floor plans for all of our villas. This is probably something that you won't have for hotels because a hotel room generally is a hotel room, but it's something that villa customers are really keen to see, particularly if they are travelling with other family members or another family. They want to work out where they're going to put the baby and where's the teenagers going to go. So the floor plans are really useful and you will see that on our gallery of images. It's always the last image. So we have an agent portal where you can book. It's very simple. It's actually like for like from our own direct website. So I always think, well, if our own customers can manage to book a holiday online, I'm absolutely sure that us in the travel trade can. So hopefully we've made it really easy. You'll all have your own individual login. And once you're on there, you'll see we post weekly offers. We have a deal of the day. All of our training material is on there. You can download our brochure. There's concession details. But we also have a very small agency sales team. So if you do need support, myself and my colleagues are there absolutely to help you. As I mentioned at the beginning, we've got a very loyal, long-standing team within James Villas. So when you come through to our call centre, it's very likely that you'll speak to someone that's been at James Villas for a long, long time, who will be super helpful, really pleased to try and help you through the process. If you need that help for your first booking, it's no problem for us to guide you through, but hopefully we have tried to make everything as self-explanatory as we can. Okay, so we have a online training. I don't know if this is something you guys are already doing with other suppliers, but there's a company called OTT. They're an independent company that have lots of different tour operators and tourist boards training material. So we have our own one there. You can see our address there. If you wanted to go on and just learn a little bit more or just to recap what I've said this evening, that's there for you. We also have guides, so like a PDF version we could send email to you, or we have a hard copy that we could send out. And we also have our own Facebook page, James Special Agents, where we post offers and deals and things if you've got your own social media page and you can take off and put on there. We try and post some really inspirational villas. For example, like the one I mentioned in Florida, not everybody is going to book that. Not everybody wants a bowling alley in their villa, but it's just that inspirational, wow, okay, right, that looks amazing, and let me have a look at James Villas for my own holiday. So that's probably a really good thing to join up to and pinch some of our images. So why book with James Villas? Just to run through the last few points. So as I've already mentioned, we have free air conditioning in the majority of our villas. Wi-Fi, cots and high chairs are always free. maid and linen service too. We never charge any under-occupancy supplements. So if a villa sleeps 10 and you have 2 people that want to stay there, it's the same price. If the villa's £1,000 a week, that is the price, whether it's full or not. We offer flights from all UK airports, low-cost charter scheduled. We also do take on allocations. So it is worth checking us if you want to look at a package, because we don't just buy flights off of the open market. We do pre-allocate. So it might be that you can, find an EasyJet flight for £400, but we've already got seats at £350. So it's definitely worth comparing. All of our flights will include baggage, and we have completely flexible durations in the majority of our villas, particularly our holiday resorts. So if you've got people that, want to go on a birthday weekend, a hen weekend, whatever it may be, it says on my presentation that it's 3 nights. It's actually now 2. Particularly outside of the height of the season, we are much more flexible for customers who want to have an odd duration. Equally, if they want to book a 7-night villa, but they want their flight to come home after 6 days, we can do that as well. And it means they haven't got to check out, at 10 o'clock in the morning, and they can do whatever flight suits them. In most destinations, we have villa managers. So if you think of a normal package holiday, you have your holiday rep, which we have, but they're not your standard rep. So, for example, our villa manager in Tenerife has lived there for 20 years. She's English, but Tenerife is her home. Her family are there. So she is our person on the ground, and there isn't really anything that she doesn't know about Tenerife. Our customers absolutely love this experience, because we're not trying to sell excursions, we're not trying to ship them off to the local parrot park or anything like that. We are purely there if they want that recommendation or help. Customers can choose if they would like a villa manager to pop round to the villa. There's no set time, it's not structured. Our villa managers don't wear a uniform or anything like that. She just pops in if the customers want it. They can choose at booking stage. If they don't, no problem, we just leave an emergency phone number in the villa. The majority of our pools are heated free of charge in the winter, which is absolutely fantastic for the Canary Islands, because obviously those extra few degrees in the swimming pool make a complete difference. And also, even in some of the destinations in the summer, you can add on pool heating. So, if you go to Mallorca in September, October, particularly if you've got little children, they can still be a little bit nippy. So customers can then pay for the pool to be heated. And in terms of our prices, as I think I've already mentioned, we have complete price parity. So our travel agent price is the same as our own direct price. If we have any promotions on, they're available to you guys too. So, for example, at the moment, we are offering a free Mustang or a free minivan, depending on the party size, for Florida bookings. So that would be available to you guys too, and your customers. And that's it. 28 minutes, that's not bad going. Oh, I need a glass of wine now. So over to you guys if you've got any questions.
All right, so you actually, that last slide, you addressed a lot of the questions that there were, so let's try to touch on some of the other ones. First of all, Craig Smith wanted you to know that James Villa is much better than Love Island. But many people were asking, is there a food shopping service available so that the fridge is stocked, or that there's a meal waiting for the clients before they arrive?
Excellent question. Actually, we need to add that into the presentation. So at the booking stage, we offer what we call a welcome pack. I believe they're £30 now, and they are there in the villa, and it will include things like bread, milk, cheese, tea bags, a bottle of wine, crisps, ham, that type of thing. So customers can book 1, 2, however many of them that they want. We don't actually advertise that we do a food shop service. However, on my own holiday, my last 2 holidays, I have done that because I just, it's just nice to have everything there. And I, first of all, actually did it through the villa manager, and she put me in contact with somebody, and they went out and did the shop, and they charged me a service charge, which was fine. But the second holiday I had, I actually just went online, and it was just like doing a Tesco shop. There's, whichever destination they're in, there's a big, supermarket out there. Just do it online, put the villa address in, and they deliver it. Simple.
Fantastic. That's convenient. Great. Next question. Is it possible, or how does it work if you book a large villa with several people in it, but everyone wants to pay separately? Is that possible?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's no issue for us. As long as when we book it, we've got the deposit that's required for that particular villa. So on a villa only, we generally take 25%. If it's a package, it just depends on what the flight deposit is. But providing we've got that, we have a thing called My Holiday, and any of the party can log on to James Villas onto My Holiday, and they can make payments online. It'll be registered against their name.
Oh, wow, fantastic. Great. And then you did mention this on this slide, flexible durations, dates 3 to 28 nights. And so just to be clear, most packages that is available. Many people were concerned that there were only 7 nights and 14 nights available for booking.
Yeah, in July and August, you would probably struggle to find lesser durations or mixed durations. 28 nights is fine. Anything in multiples of 7 is fine. If we started taking odd durations in July and August, which is obviously, we're so full, it would really muck up the calendar and wouldn't be good business sense, because you'd have trapped nights that you just couldn't sell. But outside of July and August, we have a lot of villas that have an any-day check-in. So actually we can then offer, 10 nights, 11 nights, whatever it may be.
All right, fantastic. And how far in advance can bookings be made?
Well, we're actually on sale for some of our villas until 2021, as crazy as that may be. We tend to sign our villas on a 1 or 2 year contract, so that's why we're able to sort of be put on sale quite far in advance. For a package with flights, 2020 is pretty much all on sale, and for Florida we're as far as 2021. So the majority of our core destinations you could book, your typical Europe, Cyprus, Algarve, those type of destinations, you could book right up until December 2020.
Oh, wow. Okay. Very good. Is there any advertising in the portal? Is there any advertising available for the agents to use, perhaps an email or post on their social media or share with clients?
There isn't anything on the portal, but it wouldn't be a big drama for us to try and put something together. So maybe we could pick that up offline, I guess, and see what would suit everybody and what we could come up with.
Okay, great. And there are many questions about villas being available for those visitors with mobility issues.
Mm-hmm. So we only have a very small handful of adapted, I suppose you'd call it, villas where, the roll-in showers and everything else. There will be, it depends on what the needs are. So it's probably ones to come through to our call centre, because it's a bit of a sweeping statement for us. So we've only got 5, and actually it could be that someone just needs something all on one level with no steps, where we would have lots, but yet that, they might not have the roll-in shower for a wheelchair. So certain destinations lend themselves better than others for those type of needs, but it would probably be for us to try and work out what it is the customer's after, and then we could try and match it up from there. But I'm pretty confident we could, come up with something.
Okay, great. So it's best for them to probably call into the call center.
In that instance, otherwise I think you'd be trawling through every single villa, and actually our guys would probably know off the top of their heads what would be best suited.
Okay. And how does the deposit and payment process work? Is there a schedule, or can they kind of make payments as they go along? Can you talk a little bit more about the payment process as a whole?
Yeah, so do you mean from a customer perspective?
Yes.
Yeah, so our accommodation only, so villa only deposit is 25%. If you were to book villa with flights, it would be, if the flight was £300 and it was EasyJet, then we would generally need to collect £300, for those flights, because they're non-refundable. We collect balance at 14 weeks before travel. But any time before then, obviously the customers to you guys can make payment, but it's just those 2 staggered payments. At a certain time, it depends what flight, because we don't own our own airline. We are at the mercy of whoever the flights are with. On our allocation flights, so these are ones that we've committed to, we're able to offer a far less deposit than actually if we just booked an EasyJet flight that's, just available on EasyJet's website. I mean, I'm sure that's probably no surprise to most of the guys on the call. So it really does depend. But generally, it can range from 100 up to sort of £250, £300 deposit.
Okay. And what's your cancellation policy?
Cancellation is, just lost a deposit up until 14 weeks before, and then it goes into stages as from then. I can't remember exactly what the days are, but probably not much different from anybody else. But certainly up until 14 weeks, it's just lost a deposit.
Sure. And this question came up quite a bit. Do any of the villas cater to special events, weddings, stag and hen parties, etc.?
It's going to be a bit of a woolly answer, this one, I'm afraid. It can depend on who owns the villa. In years gone by, we would always say no to single-sex parties. But in this day and age, you can't say no, and we don't want to say no. So, if a group of 10 men or women decided to book one of our villas, then that's absolutely fine, whether it's a stag, whether it's a 30th, 40th, whatever. In terms of weddings, it isn't something that we wouldn't advertise, but we know that it does happen, and providing we've checked with the owner first, then that's something that we can help with. We won't get involved with the wedding, but we would get involved with whether the owner is happy with it. I mean, we've had instances where people have hired like a 3-bedroom villa in Ibiza, and the owner happens to have driven by and there's 95 people in the garden. So that's not what that's why we're fairly cautious from that perspective, because we've got the whole health and safety and everything else to think of. So it's probably not something we would actively advertise, but certainly groups of men, women, mixed, whatever, is not an issue for us.
That makes sense. Is the commission paid only on the villas, or do you pay commission on the car hire, flights, etc.?
Yeah, we do. We do pay on the whole package. So the only non-commissionables are things like pre-book seats, baggage, the things that we don't earn on. Pool heating, we don't earn anything on that. We just do it as a service. So everything else, villa, flight, car hire, transfer, is commissionable. Okay.
And then we got a few questions about this. Are the villas owned by James Villa Holidays, or are they privately owned? And if privately owned, is there any protection against, the private owner canceling a booking or making those dates unavailable or anything like that?
The majority of our villas, we don't own any of them, so we don't physically own the bricks and mortar for any of the villas. But what we are able to do, and this is what makes us unique as a villa operator, is we guarantee villas, as we call it. So Mr. Villa owner in Mallorca, he gives us his villa for 2 years, and that is ours for that 2 years. We pay him, and if we sell it, we sell it. If we don't, we don't. So the villa owner still manages it in terms of making sure the pool is clean and the housekeeping side and everything else, the maintenance, but the responsibility on the bookings are ours. So they are contracted to us for a period of time. I mean, we do come up against sometimes where villa owners' situations change. That's the nature of what we do. And, sometimes we're told, unfortunately, a villa now is going to go up for sale, and that means that we then have to look at moving customers. But when somebody has taken, €50,000 for a guarantee contract for 2 years, you're probably not then going to say, I don't want that, I'm going to go and sell my villa instead. So it doesn't happen very often. Some of our villas are on an ad hoc basis. So our holiday resorts that I mentioned, obviously that's slightly different. So we are taking the villas from the resort, if you like, the hotel resort, the holiday resort. So we take that on an ad hoc basis. But with everything that we've got like that, we share the reservation chart. So we don't take a booking and think, oh God, now we've got to email the owner and check that it's okay. We've got a direct connection in to make sure that the the villa is available for us. So, we do come up against issues, of course, but it's not something that's massively common.
Sure, that makes sense. And then last question, because these are privately owned, is there any special insurance that, clients should take out or agents should discuss with their clients, or are there any required deposits or security or damages fees required?
No, there's absolutely no additional insurance. We include in our holiday cost a breakage charge. It's £10 per person, and customers much more prefer this than handing over €500 with the hope that they're going to get it back at the end, and someone comes around and does an inventory and inspection. I mean, I stayed in a villa last year in France where I actually didn't book it with James Villas because I needed something bigger and we didn't have it, and I think we handed over, there was a lot of us, but it was about a €2,000 deposit, and the owner literally did come round on the last day and count the glasses and count the plates, and it was quite brutal actually, whereas we are not interested in doing anything like that. So we include a £10 per person breakage charge, and that covers, unless something goes really, really wrong,
right.
We may look to try and contact the customer, but generally for, everyday things in your own home can get broken so easily. So it's, it can also happen when you're on holiday. So that's just that. A few of our luxury villas, and this is literally probably 5 or 6 of our luxury villas, do have a higher deposit, and we collect it 2 weeks before travel and we give it back a week after, or 3 or 4 days after travel. But that's purely due to the value of the villa. But out of our 3,100 villas, it is literally 4 or 5 villas. It's not a huge amount.
Okay. And actually, I don't think you mentioned it, and if you did, a lot of people must have missed it. But what is the percentage commission paid on these reservations to agents?
It's 10% across the board. The only difference is on our luxury villas. So this might sound a bit strange, but on our luxury villas, we I shouldn't say that, we pay 5% commission. And the reason being is that we don't guarantee any of them. So we always just take from the owner as and when we want them. And because they tend to be a slightly higher value, there's very little margin. So we just can't afford to pay the 10% on our luxury villas because we don't make them. We don't make that. Initially, when we first rolled James Villas out to the trade, we didn't actually include the luxury villas. But we had so much feedback to say, customers are coming in or customers are ringing and they want this villa and I can't sell it. We said, okay, we'll do it, but it's going to be at a lower commission. But we've only got about 100 luxury villas, so the other 3,000 is all paid at the normal 10%.
Okay, understood. I think that covers a lot of the questions that were asked. So really great questions, everybody. Thank you so much. And thank you, Kelly. That was super informative. Before we sign off for the evening, Kelly, is there anything else you wanted to add before we do the drawing?
Just in terms of if you would like to have a login, you're all going to have your own individual logins and you'll need to make contact with us. It's not something we're going to automatically send out. I'm assuming this will probably be what you said was going to go into the inbox tomorrow, Jessica.
Yes, it should.
Great, but you'll just need to contact our agency sales with your UK PIN, your address and your email, and then we'll send you out your login details and then you're good to go. And you literally go on www.jamesvillas.co.uk/agents and that will take you into our booking portal. But it will all be on the email if you make contact with us and then we'll get your details out for you.
Fantastic, yes. All right, so selecting the winner of our IntelliTravel prize pack, we randomly selected tonight's winner, Georgina Smith. Georgina, you have to still be present in order to win. So if you could type me a message in the question box letting me know that you're here still. Georgina Smith, are you still on the line? All right, going once, Georgina. Twice.
Or if it was a free villa holiday, she'd be kicking herself now, wouldn't she?
All right, last call for Georgina Smith, and then we'll pick a new winner. Oh, she's here. It always takes a little bit. All right, she's still here. So Georgina, I'm going to pull your email address, and we'll get you that IntelliTravel prize pack sent over. So fantastic. All right, so that's it for tonight. Thank you so much, Kelly, for helping us learn more about James Villa holidays. And thank you to everybody who attended the webinar and for your time this evening. We truly appreciate it. Be sure to keep checking for more upcoming webinars and podcast episodes with our top travel suppliers. And remember to get registered with James Villa Holidays tomorrow. And you can replay this webinar in just a couple days in IntelliTutorials area of your back office. So this is Jessica Deverson saying goodnight from IntelliTravel UK, and I hope everybody has a fantastic evening. Good night.
Thank you.